Louis Pryor, A Man and His Method. Written by me, William T. Hay. Illustrated by Stephen McCarthy. Focus question. What was Louis's invention and why was it important? The accident. In 1809, Louis Pryor was born in a small town in the country of France. One day at the age of 3, Louis hurt himself while playing in his father's shoe workshop. He tried to make his own pair of shoes. Louis picked up his father's sharp and bent over. The awl went into Louis's eye. His hurt eye became sick. Before long, the sickness spread to his another eye. By age 5, Louis could no longer see. He was blind. Louis went to school with children who could see. He learned by listening, but since he could not see, could not read or write, like many other parents of children who were blind back then, Louis's parents feared for his future. However, Louis was 10. They were able to send him to a special school in Paris, a new sort of school. The school in Paris was for boys who were blind. It was one of the first such schools in the world. Louis learned many skills at this school. He learned how to weave branches together to make chairs. He learned how to sew leather to make slippers. Louis also learned how to read. He felt raised letters on a sheet of paper. The paper was pressed against copper wires shaped like letters. These made raised letters on the paper that fingers could feel, but the letters were difficult to read. Too many letters had similar shapes and felt the same, and the wire used to make these letters had to be shaped by people who could see it. Night writing. Charles Barbier, a soldier, invented a form of night writing for French army. Soldiers often hid in the dark. They did not want to use a light because they did not want to be found. Night writing used 12 small raised dots to form each letter. It gave soldiers a way to read in the dark. It also allowed soldiers to send messages to one another without using light or making a noise. The code was too hard for most soldiers to learn. However, the army decided not to use it. So in 1821, Barbier took the system to Louis's school. Louis believed a system of raised dots could be used to help people who are blind to read. He had been trying to create a sound create a touch system of his own for reading and writing. When he tried to night writing, he knew it was the right idea but was also too difficult. The night writing system did not allow a fingertip to touch a whole letter. Readers have had to move their finger to feel the whole symbol. Night writing also did not include periods, question marks, music, signs, or numbers. Lewis asked Barbier to change his system to make it easier, but the soda would not change it. Lewis's own system. Over a few years, Lewis made a shorter, easier form of his touch system. He used 6 dots instead of 12 to form each letter. It allowed a person's fingertip to feel the entire symbol without having to move. This difference let people who were blind read much more quickly and easily. At age 15, Louis shared this new system with his classmates, and the school. Several years later, Louis added similar codes for music and math. Today we call this form of written language Braille. It is named after Louis Braille, who helped invent it. Now people who are blind use a stylus and a slate to write Braille dots or punctured on the back of heavy paper with a stylus. A slate is used to keep the dots spaced correctly. Sentences are written from right to left. Then the paper is flipped over and the sentences are read from left to right. Braille can also be written using a Perkins Braille, a typewriter-like machine. Braille gives people who are blind a way to both read and write. A lot of teachers. Braille became a teacher at the school he attended as a child. He was loved by his students. He died in 1852, but his form of writing lives on. Even though Louis Braille became blind at a young age, he never gave up. Instead, he overcame great obstacles, which made it possible for people